But my name is Henry Chang. I'm the National Executive Director for the Asian Pacific Islander American Public Affairs Association, APAPA. So what we do is, our mission is to advance AAPI leadership and civic engagement. We are a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization that just celebrated our 20th year anniversary. We're very proud about that. So Rob currently oversees 4,500 lawyers, investigators, and sworn peace officers. He is the state's top lawyer and law enforcement official elected to protect and serve the people and interest of California through a broad range of duties, such as, very close to our heart here, enforcing civil rights. Issues to the AAPI community, especially in the last year.
Now, last April, and I was on my way visiting a victim of hate crime. When I became the target of an unprovoked hate crime myself. So on the day, I was in Chinatown, walking down on Broadway, crossing the street, and making my turn on 8th Street. And little did I know, there was someone behind me, at least twice of my size and my weight, and unprovoked, just hitting me from behind.
Sworn into office on April 23rd, 2021, Rob Bonta is the 34th Attorney General of the state of California, the first person of Filipino descent, and only the second Asian American to occupy the office.
Filipino represent.
And I'm honored to be here with you. Some of you know me, some of you may not. I'm honored to be the first Filipino American Attorney General in the history of California. And I bring with me to this role and to this fight the spirit of my parents, fierce forces for fairness, who really inspired me. They're my biggest supporters, my biggest inspirations. They lit on the front lines of social justice movements. My father marched in Selma. He felt called there after he heard the voice of Martin Luther King Jr. in audio cassette tapes sent to him by another colleague on the ground in Selma, and he took a train out to Selma, where he met Stokely Carmichael, and was in church with Martin Luther King Jr., and he organized for civil rights and for voting rights, part of one of the greatest transformational racial justice movements in the history of this country.
Attorney General Bonta, the first question is, what accomplishments are you most proud of in your first year in office? Go ahead.
So I'm proud of many of the accomplishments that we've been able to execute over the last year, and we'll talk about those. I've mentioned quite a few of them already, and I think some of your questions that you'll ask will draw them out. But one of the things I'm most proud of is my team. My incredible team at the Department of Justice. We were talking over 5,000 attorneys, investigators that get up every day thinking about people they may never know, people they may never meet, and committing every day to keep them safe, to fight for justice, for fairness, to make sure that California is a beacon of light and hope where people are treated fairly and justly and safely. And so we have an incredible team that I just want to lift up. Obviously, there's nothing that I can do alone. It's always with the group, and it's part of the spirit with which I like to lead, which is collaboratively with a team that is able to accomplish more together than we could alone. And so very thankful for my team, and that's one of the things I'm most proud of.
The next question is, what will be your message to the voters?
My message to the voters is you have someone who's going to care about you every day. When you are involved in your busy lives, whatever the struggles that we all have as Californians, my job, which I proudly have, is to think about you, how to keep you safe, how to make sure you're treated fairly, justly, how to make sure that those who would seek to abuse you or harm you or scam you or exploit you are kept in check, that's prevented whenever possible, and if it happens, that we hold folks accountable, and they know that the DOJ is watching and will fight for you. I want voters to know that your fights are my fights, will continue to be my fights, and that we'll use all of our power in the incredible California Department of Justice to make sure that the scales of justice are balanced and you're treated fairly. And I don't just say that. My message to the voters is my record of what we've done, what we've accomplished. We've accomplished incredible amounts in a short period of time, and we're just getting started.
Thank you, Attorney General, for that message. What does your executive staff look like? Do you have any women? How about Asian Americans? Do you have Asian Americans in leadership or supervisor positions?
Yes, yes, and yes. We have a very diverse executive team. I'm proud to say that the top attorney in my office, my chief deputy attorney general, and the highest level non-legal position, my chief of staff, are both women of color. I have someone who's running my very important community awareness response and engagement unit, a top priority unit in our office, who is someone who may be known to you, an Asian American woman named Kat New, who used to, from right out of here, incredibly talented, so proud and honored that she came over to work with me. I had the pleasure and honor of working with her when I was the chair of the Asian Pacific Islander Legislative Caucus, and she was our chief consultant.
All right. Thank you, Attorney General Bonta. Thank you for helping out. But for the folks that are here, actually, before you guys start off, don't forget to vote on June 7th. This is the top 2 primary vote for the Attorney General position. So June 7th. Also, please check out our new website, apapa.org. It's brand new. Our APAPA National President to honor and recognize our sponsors, our community partners, and our chapter leaders.
We are so honored to be here with our Attorney General, Rob Bonta. Thank you for your partnership, for your friendship, for all of our wonderful partners here and our community leaders. Let's give a shout out to all our Zoom folks, the chapters up and down, the state of California, across our country, 41 chapters, and over 15 community partners who have joined us tonight. Thank you guys. I want to give a shout out to our operations director, Charlotte Danielson, over here, and our team who have made this possible. Title sponsors, California North State University, which now has a new hospital location nearby. Congratulations to California North State. Lying next, Tony Lynn, who is now right here. Jason Chan, Southwest Airlines, and of course the APAPA and the Yin Foundation. Thank you. Business Bank, the Yin Ranch APIA Health Forum, and to our event sponsor, we'd like to have you come up and join us today. This is Anshu Bansal. Anshu, this is a little bit overdue. We are now seeing you in person. On behalf of Cloud Defense, thank you so much for being our supporter and our friend in our community.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Thank you so much for coming and joining
Thanks,
us.
Rob.
Thank you. Thank you. Fiona Ma, the California State Treasurer's Office. We have Genevieve Joe Ponta here with us tonight. We also have City of Sassoon Mayor Lori Wilson, who is an Assembly Member candidate. Thank you for joining us. City Council Member for Folsom, YK Chalam Churla, who is our greeter and also our chapter leader. Thank you, YK. All the way from Monterey Park, our mayor and the state controller candidate, Yvonne Yu. Council member, Devin Murphy. And thank you so much for the teddy bear, the Smoky Bear, as well. And he's also a candidate to be appointed for Chief Information Officer for our state. And we have Sacramento Assistant Chief Deputy DA, Tien Ho, also a candidate for Sacramento County District Attorney's Office. Tien Ho. And Sacramento Police Department Sergeant Edward McCauley, and somewhere on Zoom, Sacramento Fire Marshal Jason Lee, our APAPA chapter leader as well. And Alana Matthews, also a candidate for Sacramento County District Attorney. Thank you for joining us. Community partners, we're very grateful and humbled to have all of your support. We have Linda Ng, OCA National President. Stephanie Newman is in the house. She is from ARI and Capital, Elk Grove City Council member and Assembly member candidate. Stephanie. And Kathy Rodriguez, Sacramento Hispanic Chamber. Thank you for joining us. Douglas Xie and Honey Lum from the Locke Foundation, also APAPA members and leaders. Thank you so much for joining us. And Jinky Dollar from OCA. Thank you to all the student volunteers from Antomas Charter School and Sacramento Filipino PAC, Matthew S. Espinoza is here, and Rick Warren from the CEO of the Black Expo, and NAACP, Betty Williams and her team. And of course, Cece and Regina, my parents are here, our APAPA founders. We're very honored to have you here today. Say hello to everybody.
Well, you guys
Yes.
can see very well that how the young generation of diversity, especially API, rising up, not only in our state, of beautiful state, but our nation as well. Since 20 years ago, because Rob was in high school, married too, when we started APAPA together, with a dream that they call American dream. Now you see the real dream. That we're proud of you, Rob. Thank you for your representation. You not represent your family dream, API dreams, American dream. That's our dream. So we're proud of you. Thank you for all being here in support. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us tonight and for representing our communities and for your partnership. We are very grateful and humbled to have your friendship, especially in our community. So thank you for fighting on behalf of all of us and representing us. So
Thank you.
thank you. And we know we will be seeing you more in the community moving forward. And I also want to thank Eric Wera, who is a city council member and assembly member candidate. Eric, who's down here. To all of our staff members out there, to all of our community partners and members, thank you for joining us in person and Zoom. And congratulations to everyone. This is going to be an outstanding year. Please join us in 2022. Many events and programs, including Asian American History, which is our K through 12 initiative, and events, and also continuing unity in our community is so very important. So thank you. Good night. Oh, and Rosie is here too.